Sai Ram. My name is Iranganie Tillekeratne, famously known as Ira. I'm an 86-year-old person now. When I was about 30 years, I heard, that was in 1968, I heard about a Swami in India. I was told that there is a person who predicts things. So my husband, I was married then. My husband's cousin was a maid who was finding it difficult to find a partner for herself. So she came and asked me, Akka, can you help me? I was then pregnant with the third baby. I was going to work as a working mother, almost about to deliver the baby also. I didn't want to refuse her. I said, okay, I'll help you. I said, what do you want me to do? She said, I heard this, they are conducting something called bhajans in Maradana area. You are working in Union Place. If I come there, can you take me to that place? Because I want to go, and when I come back home, I'm living with my sister because I have no other place to live with. Can you show yourself to them and then go back to your house? I said, okay, I'll do that favor for you. And somehow I used to go there. She used to come to my office, take me and walk all that distance in pregnancy. That actually helped me also. But I never went inside the bhajan hall. People were singing and singing and singing, and then all of a sudden she looks at me and says, can you see the flowers falling? I said, just go. And I turned around and I keep reading a book outside the garden. Never believed, never trusted anything. Then one fine day, my brother-in-law, he said he got a free ticket to go to India. He said, Akka, you have been going with so-and-so to a bhajan center. Why don't you take this ticket, because I don't want to go to India. Why don't you take this ticket and do some shopping also? Now that you have little children also, do some shopping, go and see who this person is and then come. I, of course, didn't want to leave my little babies and go. But my husband also said, why don't you get this free opportunity? Go and come. So I took the chance and I went. It was in Bangalore, I think. The very first visit was, actually the ticket came to me free, and they said accommodation, everything will be free, you won't need money. And because we were very not stable actually, so we didn't want to spend much money. Anyway, my husband also gave me a little bit of money to my hand for pocket money. We went there and they took me to Bangalore, and in Bangalore, at the entrance, they said, come, Swami is waiting for you all. So we left our bags at the entrance and went rushed to the place, sat down. Then in about, say, 5-10 minutes, within that 10 minutes, Swami walked up to us. We were the very first ones on the line, myself and another friend. Swami went past us. I said no. She wanted to worship. I said no. And waited quietly. Then Swami went up to the banyan tree in Bangalore, where they have bhajans, and started Om Karam. Then had the bhajans. I didn't know what these things were. Anyway, I was contemplating on what this thing is. I wanted to know, so many people have gathered here. What is this going to be? Who is this person? Is he a Swami or a monk, or who is this? Then I had gone off my, I think, not unconscious, but I had gone into some sort of another, what do you call it, I don't know, not my normal self. But I could see there on the chair, seated, Swami was seated. Then all of a sudden it was changing, as if Lord Buddha was seated with a big halo around Buddha. And then it waits for some time. I keep watching. Bulbs are burning right all over. and then it changes to a blue figure, full dark blue figure. It was, then I thought, this must be Mahavishnu. Then after some time again, it blinks and its Swami comes. Back again, it becomes red, Lord Kadiragama, right? Then back again to Swami. It kept on changing like in a Vesak pendulum. It was going on rotating. So I was still like that, and all of a sudden my friend nudged me and said, Sai is coming. Then I woke up from my dreams stage and I just straightened myself up to see who this. Now I had the slide this thing as to who this person is. I thought I will find more. I will ask him a few questions. Just then this lady said, Sai Ram. She must have had ideas. Then Swami bent down, took some sand from the ground and gave it to her hand. I looked to see what it was. It was like ash. It was ash. Then I said, okay, you're showing me so many things. Show me something solid. I want to see you doing something solid. Then passed me and didn't look at me because I never took notice of Swami. No, so Swami also ignored me completely and went to the next person, lady. And that lady begged of him something. Then Swami turned to me and raised the sleeve of the robe and then turned the hand like this for me to see, nicely like this. And then something like crystal, he started putting it up because I didn't know why it was being put up. And then gave it to her and said, Sochang, and showed the husband in the front line. Only 2 lines then, those olden days. Then Sochang and Swami was still there. I didn't know the rules of the organization at all. So I stood up. Why Swami was there? I wanted to check this because I asked, no. Then I took it to my hand. It was warm. Kalkandu, one long strip like this. And then I was very satisfied. Now, he is somebody, I know. He is somebody.
This was which year?
This was in 1971, February 1971. I was very happy then. I said, no regrets now. Right. I said, let's go. And we went under the tree to examine what was there. Very inquisitive mind, young age, no? I must have been about 30 years then. Examined the whole place with flowers and picked up some flowers also, and very tired also after the long journey in the night, all the night. We both fell asleep there, not realizing that the people, the group. Then by afternoon, I think about 2-3 evening, now I know they are volunteers of the place. They came and called us and said, you all are foreigners, please come. You have to go and sit on the other side of the mandir. Took us to the other side and made us sit on the other side. I was made to sit in the front line. Special place for me was given next to the drum beater. Very fat lady with the big drums like this. And then I sat down. Then Swami walked barefooted on the gravel ground and walked up to a stage with planks. Nothing elaborate there. Then got up this stage and started a discourse. But I couldn't follow. I couldn't understand anything because that language I did not know. And Dr. Gokak, later on I found out the name, was translating into English. But that English was also high flown for me, and the language and the meanings I couldn't understand. Anyway, Swami ended up with a bhajan. Prema mudita manase kaho Ram Ram Ram. So from my small days, I was in the habit of singing. I love singing. So this took, I got a lot of power in me, and I was nicely concentrating and listening. I was not hearing music, but I was hearing something that I have been longing and looking for from the time I lost my mother. In the sense, my mother died as after my younger sister was born, 4 days after her birth. So four of us were left alone, very unfortunate thing. I was listening to this. I was searching for mother's love, affection. I never knew what love was from anyone. Nobody could give me that affection. No. Then something happened to me. I was getting the Dhamma or the things I was looking for. I felt as if I had gone back to that same stage like that time, and I felt as if my head was being opened like this in two, opened. And something very soothing just going in. This is the understanding of the Dhamma, the truth of life. And I was crying, and I didn't know I was crying, but I have been sobbing my heart out that time. I was in a bath of sweat and tears, everything was coming out of me. This understanding was immense, actually. It was just poured into me, the entire body covered. So then I opened my eyes. All of a sudden, I felt Swami. I opened my eyes, or may not have opened, I don't know. I had sprawled on the ground to touch. Swami was just coming down. After the song had ended, drum stopped. No, then I woke up. I touched Swami's feet, sprawling on the ground. For the first time in my life, who refused the same morning, I refused to worship even. But all the, sand was all over me with sweat and getting clothes were dirty. Anyway, people started crowding me and cleaning me. That was very nice. Then after that, I went back to my crowd, and that night, back again I told Sai Baba, I said, I didn't call him Swami, I said, Sai Baba, I believe you are somebody, you are somebody like, divine to me. Now you have to, I love to sing. I used to sing Rukmani Devi's songs those days as a small child. So I said, I love to sing. Bhajans I have heard, they are very beautiful. Now I can feel them. Please let me also be a bhajan singer. And that night, the next morning, the group leader came to me. We were sleeping in a hall in Bangalore, somewhere in a hotel. All were in the same shed. And he came up to me and said, call me Tilaka. Tillekeratne. He said, Tilaka, when you get back to Sri Lanka, you must learn to sing bhajans and come and sing in my place, bhajans. Since then, I started learning bhajans and started singing, became a bhajan singer. For the first time, from that time, I became a leading bhajan singer finally and started conducting bhajans in my own house also. So that is that story. 1971. No, not that was in 71. 74 Christmas night. From that time, I had changed myself completely, and I was in the habit of giving. Whatever I get, I want to give. I used to feel sorry for the poor and the needy. I could never keep anything for myself. The self was gone halfway. Self was everywhere. To me, everybody was the same. Sharing was my main thing. And then in 74, yes, for Christmas when I got my bonus, I was a working person. And got my bonus, I told my husband, I want to spend this money on one of the children in Nigambo, your cousin's children. They are very badly off, without the husband. Husband was an engineer, he got poisoned or something and he died. 5 children are starving in that house. I said, I want to go there. Shall we go? We went with all the children, my 3 children. And for Christmas, I bought them school books, shoes and socks and everything, and gave. And when we were returning, 2 small ones stayed there. Myself, Soma, this Soma, I have a maid called Soma. She and I were seated on the same chair. We came by bus. My husband sat behind. All 3 children were left behind, fortunately for us. And husband was about 2 seats behind us. Soma was seated in the corner, I was seated here. And then all of a sudden, somewhere coming down from Negombo, somewhere down Seeduwa, during election times, Mrs. Bandaranayaka's elections, and a stone had come, hitting the bus glass, and because there was a lady standing near me all the way coming to Colombo, she couldn't sit down, no seats. So I got forward like this in the center and I allowed her to sit on the line like this. That was another sacrifice. So I was like this. Because of that, the stone came right on my eye. This place, I have 6 or 7 stitches here now at the moment. They're hardly noticeable now. It had hit and cut the cornea. Even now I cannot see. So I had been bleeding. I was bringing my children's old clothes, dirty clothes in a basket. I bent down and took some clothes and just held it like this for the blood, because I was oozing out of big blood, holding it. Husband didn't know anything. This girl was crying, my maid was crying, but not telling anybody. After some time, people had seen this and they stopped the bus, but couldn't do anything. They wanted to take me to the Negombo hospital. I said, no, take me to Colombo because we are in Colombo. Take us to Colombo. I was admitted to Colombo hospital in the end of the night, maybe 12 in the night. A doctor was available. For about a month, I think I was in hospital. I came out, couldn't see, lost my eye. And ever since then, my husband said, no more work. You cannot go to work like this. Give up, send in your resignation. And that was the end of my job also. Anyway, then in 1975, they started, enough for you now. You were talking so much about Sai Baba. Now see what happened to you. Not to any one of us, no. And they started laughing, my home people. I said, I'll teach you all something. I thought to myself, I'll teach you all who Sai Baba is. And I went. I went to Puttaparthi. I went to Puttaparthi. Then I said, I thought I will write a letter to Swami, or Swami should see me now and bless me and cure me with this eye. Somehow do something for me. And then I sat down. Everybody was giving letters, I noticed. I asked somebody for a piece of paper, small piece of paper. I wrote down. I wanted to say, please cure me. But no, I have written saying, Sai Ram, Sai Baba, please forgive me for my sins. If I have done anything wrong in my past births, I am very sorry. Please forgive me and please let me go through life without any problems. That's all. And I had kept this piece of paper, and Swami came up to me and took that small piece of paper. And then he came very close to me and put like the legs in between my feet, folded feet, and stood so that I can't bend down. This left eye is bad. So I bent down this way. When I bent down this way, I knocked Swami's left leg like this part of the left leg. And then again I went on saying, feeling Swami's leg like this, and I said, Swami, please forgive me, Swami, please forgive me, Swami, please forgive me, Swami. 3 times I was able to say and go down to touch the feet. No, I couldn't. Then Swami left me. And when I came back to my room also, I was like I found it was much easier for me to do my things. Some change had come over me. When I came back home, anyway, I was not correctable. Anyway, I was able to say. I think Swami opened some other eye for me. Obviously. And I could even needle the thread.